with other potential liquidity providers. Now, this is also known as an automated market maker situation, because what happens is you have people that come in and they invest liquidity into the market, right? So they become the providers that of the different assets that can be traded against. Like at least you know that there's a pool available, right? So these are liquidity pools that everybody pulls in, and this is all software based as well. So there's no, it's not a liquidity pool that you're actually sending to anybody. You're depositing liquidity into a smart contract that is going to be utilized, right? And the benefit of liquidity pools is that you're able to gain a percentage of the transaction fees that are occurring on the platform. So everybody makes money off of this platform, not just the platform owners, right? So with decentralized exchanges, like any exchange and these platforms, they usually have underlying tokens that are associated with it. And the underlying token that's associated with Kowrii will be the shells. Um, and this contract has already been created. We already have it out there. We're currently, and all of this, by the way, is running on Binance Smart Chain. The reason why we chose Binance Smart Chain is quite honestly for a variety of reasons, but one main reason is that Ethereum is very expensive right now. So a lot of other chains are getting a lot of play right now because of the fees associated with doing this type of thing on Ethereum blockchain. So the fees don't seem to be letting up until they fully institute Ethereum 2.0. So you do have alternatives. So now a lot of these automated market makers and dexes are built on other platforms. So this particular platform that we're building on is Binance Smart Chain. Not only does Binance Smart Chain open us up to lower fees and et cetera, it brings us into an entire ecosystem of liquidity and funding that we can access, right? So it opens it up for us, but it also opens it up for Guap. And I'll talk about what we're doing with Guap with that too. So, and not only does it open it up for our platform, but it opens it up for you to be able to do other things like lending and for us to expand. And it won't just be Kowrii. Eventually, you'll be able to use the shells and other ecosystems as well if you want to take. And if there's another market out there that they're building liquidity or whatever, and you may be able to use shells there, or if there's a place that's doing lending, you're able to use shells there. It's going to open you up to be able to take advantage of other DeFi platforms and services that are out there. Now, why would you do, somebody may bring up, well, can you do that with Guap? Well, at the moment, because we're our own blockchain and ecosystem, and we're not a smart contract based ecosystem, you can't just use Guap in that way. However, what we're doing with Kowrii allows the opening of the entryway of Guap into that ecosystem. Now, the first step of what we're doing is we are going to create a pegged asset for Guap in the Binance Smart Chain as well. So that's going to open you up for being able to use Guap, and be able to trade against other assets that are out there on that as well. So, there'll be multiple pathways of doing things. And I think it's good this way because it kind of opens up your options. And let me see, what else am I missing with that? Eventually, we are going to create a bridge to other platforms as well, like Polkadot, et cetera, and be able to get Guap in as many ecosystems as possible, because that's what it's about. The crypto world is moving to, and the blockchain world actually is moving to what's called the Internet of Blockchains. So blockchain interoperability is what everyone's moving towards. So everything is not just sitting on its own island, and you're able to move your money across platforms with ease. And this what we're setting up is opening the door up for that to happen. Now, if you want to do more research into DeFi and the type of platforms we have, you can look into things like Uniswap. You could look into things like, although I don't want to refer PancakeSwap because they had a recent vulnerability that they had to deal with. But you have Uniswap, which has been doing very good. As a matter of fact, within days of launching, their token increased in value by like over 1,000%, I think. You know, and they've been steady going up. And then I know some of you are also familiar with Chainlink and other platforms that are like this. So the DeFi market has definitely did well. So most of the coins, the top coins that are out there, other than Ethereum and Bitcoin, et cetera, have been DeFi tokens. So a lot of the tokens that you see up there that are doing very well, they're actually DeFi tokens doing the same thing that we plan on doing with Kowrii. So another part to this, of course, is the education aspect of it, because just like blockchain is a big blur to a lot of people, so is DeFi. So we are launching a platform called BlackFi, where we're going to try to get all of this information down to as basic as possible, a basic introduction into DeFi and the different things like we're doing. We'll be doing there's opportunity for staking. Um, there's opportunity for what's called yield farming, and there's opportunity for a lot of different, and then of course the liquidity pool, invest in liquidity pools. All of these things will be maybe totally foreign to a lot of people. So we'll be introducing that through some videos and stuff I'm putting together through BlackFi. Because I think that one of the benefits with Guap is that we're going to be, for many people, the first entryway into the crypto world. And I already see it. And for many people, we could also be the first entryway into the world of decentralized finance as well. So we're currently offering this opportunity for a very few people to take advantage. Did I lose? I'm still here. Am I still here?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Okay. So we're offering this opportunity for a limited amount of people to take part in pre-sale. And what I mean by limited, really, really limited, because we want to be able to maintain personal contact with everyone who gets involved on that level. So it's a really, really great opportunity to get in early and get some of it and get some of the tokens. And that also helps us to be able to invest in the platform, expand the platform, and et cetera. Well, I mean, to be totally transparent, one of the things that we always do is we reinvest a lot of the money that we make, whether it's via Guap or whatever. We reinvest it right back into the platform, into securing a platform, expanding the platform, expanding services, offering new services. This is how we do it. This is how, originally it was done when a lot of this stuff kind of came out, and there were people that were raising millions of dollars. We don't raise millions of dollars, but we do raise what we need to get what we need to get done. And this is the way to do it. So again, I guess Akola will take it from here, and he'll tell you how. One of the opportunities, one of the things that makes this a great opportunity is that you can use Guap coin to actually get Kowrii shells, so to invest in Kowrii shells. So that's a great opportunity. So if you're already involved in Guap and you have masternodes and you accumulated a considerable amount of Guap, you can actually reinvest some of your Guap and get Kowrii shells as well. So, but again, I think Akolo will go a little bit deeper into it. And if you have any questions, I guess right now we can kind of go into some questions.
Yeah, I have a couple questions,
Sure.
sort of from two different angles. The first is when you mentioned DeFi and you're talking lending, are you saying I can literally go and lend? Would I be lending shells, or would I be lending Guap, or like what would I be lending at that point?
We currently And oh, I didn't mention as well, we also will have an NFT marketplace. So I know a lot of people are talking about NFTs as well. It is going to have an NFT marketplace and also the ability to mint NFTs, which is create your own NFT and submit to the marketplace. So that's one more thing that this platform has. Now, in terms of lending, we don't have a lending platform yet, but having a token allows us to be able to get into other lending platforms, because if there's a lending platform that's built on the Binance Smart Chain, for instance, then we would be able to get into their ecosystem. Right now, we can't with Guap because we're not even on that same chain, right? So we're able to do that. If someone decided they wanted to create their own lending program, they could do it on Binance Smart Chain, and they can use it, utilize and accept some of the tokens that are out there, including Kowrii. Now, in terms of Guap, we are creating a wrapped stable coin, which is like pegged to existing Guap coin, which will also allow greater access to other lending programs that are out there. So for instance, if you see a lending platform out there, and if they're using Binance Smart Chain, then we're able to get into that lending program. You know what I mean? So we might be able to use Kowrii. You can use your shells as collateral. You understand? So so for instance, let's say the Kowrii shells are valued at 25 cents or $1 or something on Binance Smart Chain. So that's going to be taken legitimately. So you can use your Kowrii shells as collateral and go into a lending program that's using Binance Smart Chain. And if you use your shells as collateral, you get to keep your crypto. You know what I mean? So you lock your crypto in a contract, and let's say you lock your shells in the contract, your shells are worth $1. And while they're locked, the value goes up to $10. Well, then guess what? Your loan is paid off. You get your shells back. They get their money. And that's that. You know what I mean? So this is the beautiful thing about collateralized lending, crypto collateral lending. If you want to know more about that, you can look that up. MakerDAO is an example of crypto collateral lending. It's like actually one of the older platforms. And it's really exciting especially when it's a new crypto, a new token that's involved, that's extremely volatile even, but there's an opportunity to get a loan and pay off your loan off of
He
the
came in here and
value of
said, clear as
the
day.
token
He was
itself.
like, we looked at each other
Somebody
like,
needs to be a colo needs to be on mute.
yeah, I think we
Somebody
should
needs
do
to
it
be
this
on
way.
mute.
She was
A
like, is it
colo.
on back there?
Hello. Hello. Somebody's
Yep,
not on
I'm
mute.
looking for them. Go ahead.
I think that's Patricia. That's yeah. So that's a little bit about collateralized lending, which crypto collateralized lending, which is something that's going to be available to us too.
Awesome. Okay. So if you had to, like in layman's terms, oh, by the way, if anyone has a question, please start raising your hand, and I will take questions in order. So the other thing is, what's the correlation between a shell and Guap? Is it two different worlds and you can just buy shells with Guap? And the
Well,
shells are,
Guapcoin is the actual coin, which means that it's tied to its blockchain, right? And Kowrii is a token, and it's actually tied to the Binance Smart Chain. So it's not an autonomous, asset, or
oh, okay. So it's sort of like becoming a member of the world, really.
basically, yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody with any questions?
What time are you for? Open ticket. All right, here. Hold that one. I'm putting this on.
I think somebody's off mute. Y'all are
Yvonne,
quiet.
go ahead.
Fine. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Tavonia, I just so appreciate your taking the time to help us to understand this market. There's just a lot of moving parts, and I think the explanation that you've given is given me enough to go forth in my studies. One thing I would like for you to reiterate, if you could, for me, the the connection between using the shells as collateral and the connection back to the crypto. I understand you hold your crypto because it's tied to our blockchain, but then you use the shells to be able to like how does it actually, is it like depositing into something and it actually earns
Yeah,
interest?
everything you do, yeah. Everything that is in this ecosystem that we're building is a smart contract, an individual contract, right?
Okay,
So the
okay.
contract is a set of instructions. So it says that in order for you to participate in this contract, you need to send, once you send your coins, this is what we do with it. The contract says, this is what we do with it. We may lock it in a pool with, in which is a fund with other people's coins. And you may earn interest with it being locked into. You're going to have some type of compounded interest when it's locked into these contracts, right?
Right, and so their time, they're at a fixed level of time, or are they a fixed amount? Or they vary?
Well, you can always pull your, depending on what the contract is, you can always pull your funds back out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Where do we go to actually find the contract? Like, where is that visible?
Well, when you go to the platform, which would be Kowrii.dex, Kowrii Dex, every service will have a contract address, right? It'll have a long address. So you're going to take that address and you could probably just click on it. There's going to be a button that says view contract. So you click view contract. It's going to take you to the Binance Smart Chain Explorer. And that's where the contract is going to be. So you'll be able to look at it, read it,